right. See, just for the sake of time, I just laid the tin out.
Wow.
I just laid the tin out.
That's about 1993.
It's just a camera shot.
Look at the cool chain.
Just cut around it, leaving about a 3/4 of an inch.
Looks like I'm going to be shrinking a back window in a 1994 Firebird.
I'll this out. I'll later go back, get a closer trim. But right now, I'm just interested in seeing, where I need to heat that.
I really want to help this kid. I don't really like the approach he's taking. I know this is me, but it's almost like it's my son or something, because
it's over here.
I can see all the, look at that spray bottle.
Next thing I'm going to do is
Wow. I love that spray bottle. They don't make that spray bottle anymore.
If I get these,
okay.
work these fingers
What are we doing here? We're
up and down, so that when I heat them out, they'll heat out
okay.
right.
Okay. I could do this if I were trying to tint this today. I could manage those fingers. I don't know why we're going to kind of keep playing with them here. Every time you play with them, you risk creasing the film.
I'm just smoothing this out with my hand now. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Just kind of laying it on there, getting these, just get some kind of pattern.
I remember this day actually. This was after midnight.
All I want to do is heat these things out.
I was at my shop in Carrollton. I definitely was using some Solar Guard film.
My Teflon card like I do on other windows.
Might have been Johnson's, but it's definitely the all metal film they had back then. One of the two companies. Look at that heat gun. That's the old school Wagner right there. That's a good heat gun, man. Can't buy them like that anymore. A little bulky, but man, it put out some heat. Now, I'm like, it's like I'm scared of the finger there. Look at that fat finger. I mean, I need to be heating the belly of that thing, but I'm like playing with these little ones over here. I can't figure out why. And I probably wouldn't even be wet shrinking this right now. I don't even think we knew what dry shrinking was back then. Dry shrinking really didn't come around until the 2000s or late 90s or something. This is 93. I think it was October 93. Got my flannel shirt on there. I know that was cool. But I can tell back then I knew how to do this window in one piece. I remember doing this window in one piece. But you can see heat molding was in its infancy back then, of course. It wasn't like what we know today. And I just really didn't know what to do with these fingers. I was used to just heating one finger at one time. And now all of a sudden I'm dealing with these huge fingers, and I really don't know what to do with them exactly. I know that I could heat a little here, heat a little there, and they're gonna go away eventually. But there's a lot of confusion in my brain right now, I promise you, because I certainly know a lot more than I did then. There's that spray bottle again. Man, I want that spray bottle back. If I could find somebody that had one of those spray bottles in perfect condition, I'd probably pay $100 for it, man. I just like that spray bottle. I love the way it felt in my hand, and I'm sure somebody one day will pop up with one. I'll be happy if I can, get one. Anyway, looks like I picked the film back up. I'm trying to make another finger there. I definitely have the concept down of heat a little bit and move it somewhere else so that you don't heat the same place twice. But it looks like I'm scared of the finger or something. Like maybe, and now I'd heat the whole thing. I'd just probably hammer down on it a little bit more. Obviously, I'm doing it in the picture here, but it's kind of painful to watch this because I've got this water in the film, and it's actually fighting me a little bit on the shrinking, and I'm moving them really slow. I could be heating them a lot more. But again, I just know me just pecking around at this thing, I can eventually get it laying down flat.
I might even take it like this.
Let's see. I'm gonna wet it again and see how much I See how much I flattened it out. It doesn't look like I've done much, but here we go. We're gonna see if I can see what I'm doing next. There's old yellow turbo, man. We're still using that today.
Right,
some things never change.
So that's why I try not to do too much of this. It's squeezing.
Man, I just want to grab this kid by the throat. He's playing too much. Shrink it and be done with it. Don't drag this out. But I guess I'm trying to test it to see if I can lay it down, but not gonna happen. Gotta go back to shrinking. So what you gonna do next? Okay, let's shrink a little more. Shrink a little more. I guess if you just shrink a little bit at a time and push and shrink, eventually something's gonna lay down flat. And that, let's see, I guess I was 22 years old. I was getting ready to turn 23. And I was at my business in Carrollton, and I started tinting in '87. So I've been in business for over 5 years, even at this point. Been doing back windows in one piece for quite a while, but you know, I'd recently been doing back windows in multiple pieces and spliced on defroster lines. It was real important to my friend that had this car that we did this in one piece. We didn't want any splices. And I just remember this is not a normal film that we used every day. He wanted this special metallized film. It was for automotive use, if I can remember correctly. And we were gonna, he just wanted the bling factor. He wanted the shiny stuff. And this was a more expensive film, I remember. Vapor coated sputter technology. I have no idea what it is. I just thought it was cool back then. Had no dye in it, I understand. Wouldn't know for sure. Oh, look. I'm making some headway. Now I'm seeing that I've got just that to shrink out. Maybe I can pull it on around and get everything to lay flat on that curved glass. I found some new space on the film to shrink. my friend Mickey was filming this. Probably the shop girl that was hanging around was also helping film it. I think she helps me later in the video install the film. Why not, you know? Got the extra hands I probably needed back then, all the help I could get. I didn't know all the techniques that I know now. Still kind of hard to handle a back window that big for some people, even me. Looks like I'm still fighting with that one finger. Maybe I can get it down a little bit more.
So doing that helps me increase it.
Look at that spray bottle. There it is.
If I did it with my hand, see, if I did it with that car, I'd have probably increased it.
Maybe I ought to start getting some of those flannel shirts here and putting Flexfilm on them. People will be fighting me for it. Look at that beeper. That's a word beeper right there, man. I was even cool back then. Nobody had cell phones. They had word beepers if you were cool. If you wasn't cool, you just had a regular beeper. If I remember correctly, that night was kind of cold outside. I don't know, you know, sometimes at night after midnight in October, it gets pretty cold, so seems like I hear a heater in the background. I think we had an old gas heater keeping the place warm. Kind of hear a little roaring sound. Must be what that is. Ah, this is painful to watch. I mean, we could have really just had this done a long time ago with some upgraded techniques and even some upgraded film. I don't think this film was the best shrinking film in the world. Not like the new dyed films are these days. some of the other films that are out. And again, had no clue what dry shrinking was. I mean, nobody had ever taught me that or never seen it anywhere. Everything we did was wet back then. And honestly, most of the cars we were doing were two pieces. You know, we would just seam on the defroster lines, and if you got really good at it, nobody could even tell hardly, if you knew what to look for. But this was definitely a challenge doing one piece and special request, brand new car. This car probably had less than 100 miles on it. I know it was a 94 for sure. My friend ordered it like in like in July or something. It was over the summer, and I remember it came in probably, you know, late September or October. Obviously, this is when the video was made. The car hardly had any miles on it.
A little bit, and then re-wetting and melting. I mean, I just don't get in a hurry. I just take my time.
Yeah, you know, that's right. You don't get in a hurry for nothing on this video.
Just working it one half at a time.
I kind of feel like this is my son, and I want to reach through the screen right now and just help him out and make this pain go away. But you know what? I guess you got to learn from somewhere. You know, that you start out doing these techniques and graduate to better techniques. But hey, you know, doing this back window in '93 in one piece. I don't know if you're old school, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you can't imagine, you know, taking this car by your competitor and they see it in one piece and they have no idea what just happened. Like, it was unheard of to do a back window in one piece for a lot of places, a lot of tenders back then. Look at that. Oh, come on, come on. Looks like I'm gonna pull it off, man. I don't know why there's not gonna be a bunch of peanut fingers on this video with the way this shrinking's going down, but for some reason there's not.
Crease it, make sure you get plenty of water or it gets underneath it.
God.
Just take your time. It'll lay
Look at that. It is going.
Just gonna duplicate
Boom.
sort of what I've done.
Look. You know, that is the old theory I developed a long time ago.
Play around with
If you can shrink half of it, why can't you shrink the other half?
Let me get my heat gun and spray bottle.
Look at that. Somebody in the background there.
See, the biggest point I want to make is just patience. And you got to get these fingers. You got everything you're melting. Come over here. Everything that you're melting is going to have to be facing up or down. Nothing can be facing here. You can't get anything diagonal. Everything you melt.
Did I really sound that country on the? Does I really sound that country now? Maybe I do.
And notice how I'm melting. Like I melt an area, then I push it, and I create a new tint.
Okay, folks, don't make this mistake. Why do you heat the tip of the finger
So I take it and I melt it a little bit.
and then not go further down to the belly? Just takes the tip and then pushes it around. That's why it's taking you so long. Look at that. Just heat the tip. Man, why don't you eat the rest of it? Just keep going, keep going. Oh, man. Now you got a bunch of film over there you don't know what to do with. Hey, listen, this is the way to do it, but this is a painful, brutal way to do it. Sure, I'm glad we've got some better film and some better techniques now. Man. Looks like I'm about to crease the film with just my hand. It's a metal film too, so everything shows up in this. Creases, trash, and it'll show up a mile away. But for some reason, I don't know how, I got it looking like perfect at the end, but
It's going.
I'd never know it by looking at this video.
See, that's kind of at an angle. I need to get that worked over a little bit.
At least I understand about the direction you have to shrink in.
It does melt though.
Yeah, I like using Johnson's and Solar Guard window film back then.
Just don't do too much at one time. You just gotta get.
For whatever reason, I'd even been using a little bit of Lumar. Tried to stick with, you know, one film company. I just remember having trouble back then, just getting all the shades that I wanted.
That'd be hard to see.
Sometimes I had to split up my orders between two companies to get the shades that I wanted. I had no upsell strategy back then. I just sold one film. I think the average ticket on a car back then was about $125, $135. Most people were doing cars for $80 to $100. We were actually able to get some higher prices.
What car is this, y'all? This is a 94 Firebird, loaded.
Thank you. Thank you.
94 Firebird loaded. It was loaded, I'll say that. It had everything on it. Wouldn't beat my Corvette though.
Y'all have to forgive me if I'm being slow.
We raced.
You know, it's 12 o'clock at night.
It's that gold chain. Well, that'll make you a better tenor right there, that gold chain. It'll make you cool at least. Get new friends. At least, if nobody knew me back then, my hair used to be jet black. I can prove it on this video. If I went to the store and bought some hair dye that was jet black and tried to put it in my hair, couldn't get away with it. Got too many wrinkles now. Look at that. It's painful to watch, but it is going down little by little. My best friend, Mickey, was there. He was the one that owned the car, and he was the one filming. I think my mom and dad let me borrow the video camera. I think it was one of those cameras you put a VCR tape in and hit play or record or whatever and go at it. Look at that, just a little bit heat at the top. I mean, we're not missing a beat here. If you're watching this video still, you're brutally watching a lot of shrinking going on. That should have been done a long time ago, but, you know, this is the best we had technique-wise and film-wise back in the early 90s. Little by little. Don't shrink it too much, you're gonna crease it.
I'm gonna put some more water on this just to see what I got. I got a lot of it melting.
You can get a shot of my film rolls back there. I used to take these old flower pot hangers and PVC pipes and just
really hard to do, really.
string them across there.
All you gotta do is just melt them little pieces of it.
I think I look younger than 23 there,
Deep top here, I can't even think.
but I wasn't.
Now I just want to see what I have.
Yeah, we used to put those
Just kinda
rolls
smooth
up
out
on
a
the
little bit, see if I can't get it to lay on down.
PVC pipes like dowels. Pull off what we
I
needed,
don't want to force anything at all. I just want to work.
like as a paper towel dispenser or something. All right, got this yellow turbo. I'm gonna try to squeegee it out methodically, and hopefully we'll get this part over with because it's getting kind of old. The metal film does, when you shrink it out, it looks good though. Ooh. If you like that bling look, it actually has like a little shiny, kind of yellowish, goldish kind of look about it. Oh, I wish I could remember which film it was. I'm sure it was something that Solar Guard probably sold that was all metal at the time. I'm sure somebody will chime in and remind me of what it was. If you said it, I probably know it.
Treat this as two pieces. You can just treat this like you're doing this window in two pieces and work this as a separate piece than this. Now I'm going to work these sides down because I know if I have any leftover melting to do, I can come up here and do it.
You know, I like to make videos.
I want to get rid of this
It's my
water,
passion.
and then come back under.
And I knew back then I wanted to make videos. I just didn't have the technology and the know-how, or really the reason. You know, I didn't have a reason to make a bunch of videos. You know, I made this video because
Still, gotta be careful.
I didn't know anybody, never heard of anybody doing this back window in one piece at that time. So I wanted to get video evidence of it and probably somehow utilize it to show people, sell it. Who knows what my brain was doing back then. But I don't even remember. I just know that I wanted it on video. I remember it,
Following it down with my
just wanting it on
one hand
video.
just to make sure.
Oh
If it
man, I
doesn't
think I'm
wanna
about
go,
to get
I'm
it.
not gonna force it with this, 'cause this will freeze
I
it.
am getting it to lay down. I just know that if you can get a film to lay down smooth on the outside without any creases, you should be able to get it to lay down smooth on the inside somehow, some way. And right now it's looking like it's actually happening. Even though it was a struggle. Good gosh. Look at that. I don't know why I'm playing around with it so much, but there it is. Looks like I got one little finger there, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wow, the light was pitiful in there back then. All we had were those old fluorescent, what do they call them, T12s or something. Heater in the back.
That's my last.
Basically,
That's my last place I'm gonna heat out right there.
I know there's heat in that bay. I know there's no air in that bay. It was hot in the summertime. We did about, you know, anywhere from 4 to 8 cars a day. I had one guy helping me.
I'm gonna get these little
Some of these guys are now tenders to this very day. They used to help out,
Okay, now this
buy
point,
film from me.
This is the easy part.
All right.
You want to get you a good, clean, sharp blade. Just cut all around it. Just try to
Soda
get it pretty
guard.
close. You don't want to have too much.
I think that was a free apron.
So remember at the beginning I left.
I've always
about
been wearing an apron. I like
3/4 of an
aprons.
inch. Get a close up on that. You'll see what I'm talking
Look at that. I'm
about.
still breaking my OFA blade. That's probably the
reason I
OFA
did
blades
this
that are
is,
the ones we all talk
you know,
about.
if I ever had to,
They were better.
grease it on the edge, I could always, cut it out. It just gives me, some leeway. So now I got laying down flat, I can just slowly go around.
If I remember right, the visible light transmission of that film was probably somewhere around 35%.
You want to cut it right on the line because the outside surface area is going to be greater than the inside surface area, so it's going to be a lot larger on the inside.
Look at that. That like I know I'm talking
So
about
get a
now.
close cut.
Too bad I didn't
It'll be all
look like I
you're
knew I was
gonna
talking about when I was shrinking that window. Look at that. I remember I didn't cut the glass either, so it must be a good knife,
need.
good blade.
Time, I don't want to mess up.
At least I'm holding it at the right angle.
I'd hate to mess it up with a bad cut.
Yeah, because if you mess it up with a bad cut, it'd take you another hour to shrink it.
Right now.
Yep.
I just was wanting to show how it's all cut out right here.
All right.
Went all the way around the edge is all I did. Get a close up of it. All the way
Okay, so
around.
I've cut out the
around
perimeter.
where we're going to put the cellular foam. That's all I did. Now it's ready to put
Cellular
on.
foam?
Just for the sake of time.
Are you
I've
kidding
already
me?
cleaned the inside of
Must
the
be a
glass.
beeper.
All I'm going to do from this point on is, normally I put this on a flat piece of glass. It's like I have over here.
Look at my
Since
glass.
This is already molded the shape of this glass. It's better than just to use the car itself. So right now I've already
Look at me.
cleaned it real good before I started. Before I put the tint
Must
on.
have already tinted the side windows.
So that when we spray this tint, it won't get any dust in it.
Okay,
I've
let's
already
do some
cleaned
business on the inside.
We're gonna get my helper over here. We're gonna put
Helper. Get my helper over here. Friendly neighborhood shop girl.
Can you see that pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I remember her.
I'm gonna lightly
Look at that
place
light.
the film.
Home Depot in the clamp, baby.
Dust down when we
Well, I hope that thing didn't burn the seat.
What we want to do is just start
Man,
over here and working over
took some risk back then, but I never did burn the seat. Golly, I don't know why I didn't burn the seat. Oh, that just kind of scares me just to look at it. Man, look at that awesome spray bottle. Man, look how smooth that sprays. That is, I mean, nice. Oh, look, I'm not going to do the reverse roll. I'm going to grab that bad boy up. I got a helper, though. So why not? Man, look how beautiful that spray bottle fans the spray. It's like I've already tinted the side windows.
See what I'm saying? Oh,
Probably put a little gap in it, too, like I
screen
used to.
pick it up. Let's go. We got to.
I'm sure I used Johnson's baby shampoo for my mix there. Getting everybody. Probably was before the new and improved formula, so it actually worked really good. If it was under 48 hours old. Look at that. Just grab it all over the place. That's cool. As long as you get on there. At least you're not creasing it. Look at that. Man, I'm biting my nails. What's going on there, though? Hey, once we get it on, we're out of the woods, though. Almost. Look at that. Look at that. I don't remember what I do next, but just know I got it on there real good. Maybe I'm spoiling the end. Man, look at that spray bottle.
I'm still going to get inside here. I got to work it with my hands.
Just don't make spray bottles like they used to.
Kind of get it like I was doing on the outside, just do it on the inside. Making sure there's no light caps. Make sure everything's exactly the way I want it to be.
All right. Those 30-inch jeans look a lot smaller than my 38s now. Okay, look at me. I'm smoothing it out. That's cool. At least I know what's up now. Did a lot of hand work on it. I won't crease it.
Okay, the real important thing to remember, just because you got this far done, it's not over yet. You want to get to a T.
Oh yeah.
Animation.
I mean, as much as you shrunk it, what you probably have to do.
Okay. Sort of like this.
I still
Go down the
squeegee
middle,
like
just
this,
going
so I
real
use that yellow
slow.
turbo to do my first squeegee.
Get everything placed where you
That's
want
where I
it.
got it from, old school. Yes, I'm taking my time.
And I'd come across.
Look at that.
Just take my time.
Look at that.
That way you can smooth out the corners.
It's amazing. I've been tinting over 5 years. I mean, doing volume work too. And some things just don't change. Kind of the way I squeegee. But a lot of things do
Take your
change.
time. You don't want to force over anything.
I am going slow though. Making sure it's right. I could just tell you if I was going that slow on a hot summer day, I'd probably get bubbles caught up in it everywhere. Something just happened with the video. I don't know if we paused it or something, but anyway, looks like I'm moving along. Yeah, I was actually going to college and having this company, CNC Audio, which I was partners with in this bay, in this building, schedule my appointments for me around my classes, and had a helper. And I believe I was paying my helper like 20% of everything we took in. And I think I was paying the the stereo side, I was probably paying them like 5% or something. I think I helped pay for the trash bill and water bill, something like that. It wasn't a bad deal. I did a lot of this stuff while I was still in school. And this was my friend's car, so I probably had a full schedule that day. Decided to do this one at night so nobody would bother me. Doing this one-piece back window, we didn't know what to expect, you know. It's not something I probably had done one before, maybe, I mean, one at best. So I was really kind of unfamiliar, that, you know, with this new film and you know, how well it shrinks, and you know, so that's why we were just trying to not be bothered by, you know, regular everyday business traffic, customer traffic, whatever. I mean, I know people today laugh at somebody doing a back window like this in one piece, but because it's normal. But you'd have to understand that.
If I did have any extra fingers,
See what I'm saying?
that were created by the.
Yeah, doing a back window like this in one piece was like a big deal back then. I mean, it just was unheard of. I'm sure that's probably why I made this video, because probably for bragging rights or something. All I know is I found the video in a box here recently and had it digitized. It's on a VCR tape, and here we are. I'm watching it. It's kind of cool. I'm going back in a time machine, bringing back old memories. But you know, basically, we still tinted windows the same way we do now. There's a lot of things haven't changed. That's what I like about this business. I'd hate to see what the film looks like now in the back of this window. This car still exists. Cameraman's struggling now. I hear him talking. Those little glass bay doors, I remember them. I tinted them with something. Keep the sun out during the day. Some flat glass film, who knows? Probably silver. There's my tint dispensers again. I just put my rolls up there and pull them down like I'm rolling off paper towels. Look at them chipping away at it. Now, I would normally like take a blue match or something and go back over all this stuff with a hard tool, but you know, back then I didn't care. I didn't understand it. I just left it like that and told the customer, those water spots will dry out in about a month. Let it go. Especially, it did take about a month on this car. I remember it was a long time because this metal film, I didn't realize it took longer for the spots to dry out on this film than the dyed film. But it did.
And of course, you always want a hard tool after you finish all that.
Oh, look at me. I did hard tool.
That's it.
I'll be dang.
You may want to take the heat gun and
I think
fingers out, make sure
my definition of hard tool.
Otherwise, that's it. The end. That's it. That's the back.
My definition of hard tool now is different than what I did then, I promise you. I think I just went back over it with the yellow turbo or something. Well, look at that back window.
Good.
It actually looks pretty good.
Don't have to worry about those strips peeling up.
Yeah, there's no strips to peel up at least. Yeah, the matrix dots look like crap. But you know what? The shiny film makes it all blend together so you can't tell. If it was non-reflective, it'd be a nightmare. But I didn't know about that then. Hey, bye shop girl. Side windows, boom. No, she don't want to be on camera. What the heck? Her name was Holly. I remember her. She was sweet. She worked at the shop during the day. Good with sales. Even helped me tint sometimes. I guess this is the final look at the car. Oh, boom, we're out. All right. Sounds good.